Hello everybody and welcome back to not just any regular LEGO build. Today we'll be building my most wanted, anticipated, and asked for set in my entire LEGO career. This is the brand new UCS Star Wars Venator-Class destroyer from the Clone Wars era, and I'm so happy. I realized I was going to throw on a different shirt. I said, you know what? I gotta break out the Captain Rex shirt for this one. There's no other better one for this. If you're not familiar, so essentially, Star Wars, every year, for quite a while now, they do something known as the UCS series, which is the Ultimate Collector series, and they are the biggest, the baddest, and the most awesome looking sets that you can ever ask for. They range anywhere from a $250 X-Wing or Snowspeeder all the way up to the immaculate $850 Millennium Falcon, which is kind of like the big thing. Like when people don't collect Legos, but they see, crazy people like me spend their entire paychecks on a Lego set, and they're like, what? Why is there a giant ship from Star Wars? UCS, they're awesome. I personally have never bought one. I don't do a lot of like full scale sets like that. And to be honest, until the past couple of years, there was no way I was going to be able to afford one. Let's be realistic here. The UCS gunship came out, which was one of my favorite sets, and the very first and only one until today. That was from the Clone Wars series, which is my favorite and a lot of people's favorite era of Star Wars, which LEGO just doesn't really take into consideration a lot. They do a lot of Mandalorian sets, now Ahsoka, a lot of the Disney Plus TV shows, I would say, and the original trilogy. That's really it. They do some Clone Wars here and there just to shut up fans like me for Clone Wars sets, but they really kept it away. And I've looked at doing that UCS set, and there was something missing. I just didn't enjoy it as much. And if I'm going to go all out for a $650 Lego for Star Wars, I want it to be something that's going to be rightfully massive. A gunship, not so much. The gunship over there cost me enough to try and get the original one, so I waited and waited for a long time, and the Star Destroyer came out. I don't have $700 for a Star Destroyer at the time. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to want that Star Destroyer now, which I don't know how much it costs. I don't want to look. But yeah, so basically, they do massive sets like this every year, and finally, I think the most asked for set in this entire lineup for ages was the Venator-Class Republic Attack Cruiser. I'll probably call it a Star Destroyer 15 times out of pure excitement, because I love them both, but this thing is just absolutely amazing. So like I did hint to, this is $650 if you get it in stores. It also comes with a, I don't actually know where I put it. I was so excited. I had to leave for a wedding as this was getting delivered, so I literally, in my suit, grabbed this off of my porch and ran it to the car to take it with me. So this was just in my back seat the entire time, because I didn't want to leave this on the doorstep, and I was already 20 minutes late and went to Target for some Starbucks, so I couldn't leave this in the porch. So I grabbed this. It comes with like a little metal card and a couple like felt things. They're cool. If I find them, I'll show them to you at the end of the video. If not, Google it if you're really that interested. But yeah, so this does cost $650. It came out on early access on March 1st, or October 1st. Launched everywhere October 4th after the VIP date ended. Got this a few days after in the mail. Shipping just took a little bit longer than I expected. Yes, I will be late compared to most of the other streamers putting this out. I haven't had time. Like I said, I had a wedding. Took a couple days to get everything situated with that, and I have like 97 other projects. I just finished 3 more Lego builds prior to this in a row. I was just been hammering them out. So yeah, by far and away, my most exciting set that I've ever looked at. I'm so beyond excited for this. The Clone Wars is just my favorite, and as an added bonus, one of the most valuable minifigures in all of Lego is Captain Rex in either of his varieties. He's extremely rare. He's easy triple digits plus for any of his minifigures. Captain Rex is in here. I'm so excited. I've never had one before. I'm ready. This also does contain 5,374 pieces, which is huge. Massive. This is one of the largest Lego sets in terms of size. By 4 foot, by 2 foot, by 1.5 feet, size-wise, in real life, mind you. But piece-wise, price-wise, this is all huge for me, quite literally and emotionally. So very excited to build this, guys. If you're new to the channel, feel free to check out everything else that I work on. Tons of video games, Legos, and product reviews here and there. I'm looking at adding one other thing to my channel, hobby-wise. I'm working on it. I'm learning it right now. I won't say too much what that is just now because I do want to get into this video, and this is going to be a long one since if you're new, I do typically hyperlapse build my set all the way through. For this one, might have to condense a little bit just because it's gonna take a while, and I don't know if any of you want to sit through me building this for, oh god, I don't even know how long it's gonna take me, but even in hyperlapse form, that's a long time. So if you're not interested in that, no worries, feel free to check to the rest of the video. You can skip to the end, check out my final product review if you're interested. Apologize for any weird camera angles. I'm gonna do my best to build it in here. I've never experienced a set like this in terms of size, so we shall see how that gets. But thank you all so much for the support, and I'm extremely rambly excited right now. So, without further ado, everybody, let's get started on this amazing build. Alright, everybody, and here's the final build. This thing is just amazing. I mean, since this is my first UCS set, obviously you can look at pictures and you can go to the store, but until you actually build one of these behemoths and actually, like, pick it up when it's fully built, you don't realize just the size and the magnitude of a set like this, and it is awesome. Now, I can't say it's my favorite set in the world. Like, it is amazing. For me, it is worth the money. I absolutely adore this. But I still think, like, the Daily Bugle is probably my favorite set ever. Between Star Wars, specifically the Clone Wars, and Spider-Man, it's a tough choice for me to pick between favorites, but, the Daily Bugle still probably reigns for me as probably my favorite LEGO set of all time. Yeah, the Ninjago City Gardens is up there. This is definitely up there. The, giant castle, like the Lion Knight's castle's up there. I'm sure the Avengers Tower is going to be up there, but it's amazing. This thing is absolutely sick. I enjoyed every single second of it. My cat is deciding to smack my tripod as I film this outro. Arthur, hello. So, all in all, quick note, if anything looks different camera-wise halfway through this, I honestly haven't looked through everything yet. I did get a brand new phone about 80% of the way the build through, so going to look forward to some better picture quality coming out. I switched from the 21 Ultra from Samsung to the brand new 23 Ultra, so all of my thumbnails and like pictures and stuff, I'm trying to use the 200 megapixel camera, and then I'm shooting this in HDR 10 plus, 4K, 60 FPS. It looks cool. I've been working with it a little bit, trying to get adjust some settings, lighting features, so look forward to some more upgrades coming soon. But as for the build itself, like I said, this thing is just gargantuan, sitting just below 2 feet wide, about 4 feet long, about 1.5 feet tall with just this, not counting the actual stands. I did not include every step of this build. It's huge. I didn't need the video to be an hour long, so I did make some cuts, specifically with like the guns and actually the very last couple bags. I just kind of wanted to finish this up on my own, and I didn't want you guys to sit through me staring at 18 of these little pieces, every single gun, and forgetting where they are. So as a whole, as always, I do start with the minifigures. This is the first time I've got a plaque for something, which is very exciting. This is printed on, if you're not familiar, Star Wars, and I believe some DC sets actually do a plaque. There's been a lot of controversy over these because they've done stickers in the past, and when you're spending almost $700 on a toy, you deserve to not have stickers very often. Now, obviously, you do have a couple stickers on here, but they're all easily placed. They look great. I have no complaints there. This is an actual printed plaque, so I think that looks pretty awesome. It's interesting that they did the Venator-Class Star Destroyer, and they didn't just call it the Venator-Class Republic Attack Cruiser on here. They probably wanted to shorten the title a little bit, but even if you just did Venator-Class Republic Cruiser instead of Star Destroyer, I just think it would have sounded better. Because when you hear Star Destroyer, in my opinion, you think of Vader, the Imperials, what this essentially becomes after the Republic falls. You don't really think of it as a Star Destroyer from like the peaceful Republic side of things. But you know what? It's neither here nor there. If you really don't like the title, I guarantee you can find somebody on Etsy or eBay or something to make you a custom plaque for this if you want. It does come with the Clone Wars 20th anniversary badge, which is pretty cool. And then a huge draw for a lot of people is Captain Rex, one of the, by far and away, most valuable and rare minifigures in all of LEGO. Even this version is still obviously triple digits, so you're still going to be shelling out quite a bit of money. But I do think the figure itself does look awesome. He does have the actual marks on his helmet. He has a shoulder pauldron, and I do see a lot of people actually trying to get like a cloth/plastic piece. Again, I'm guaranteeing people are going to go on eBay, Etsy, whatever, and actually pick up a better waistband for him. I think that'll look awesome. I like the minifigure. Captain Rex is the man. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just happy to own a Captain Rex, and it didn't absolutely slaughter my bank account by himself. It was a collective murdering of my bank account, so oh well. And then, of course, we do have Admiral Yularen here for the very first time in his younger form, so definitely a pretty awesome unit there. I love the minifigures. Of course, there's only 2 of them, and here we are from the back side, of course. Now, yes, there's only 2 minifigures for $700. That's kind of just the state of LEGO Star Wars at this point. The minifigures just drive up such a huge value that they are really, really sparse with how they give us minifigures, specifically Captain Rex, of course, because if you're that person who spends $200 on a minifigure, you're happy because you can do that. And don't get me wrong, I've spent a good amount on some minifigures and action figures, and then it's always that bittersweet moment where, like, I've spent $100 on a pop figure before for Funko, and I'm like, cool, I saved up, finally bought a $100 pop figure, and the next day they'll announce a new version that looks 10 times better, and it might raise the value of yours, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I could have just waited a day, and I could have gotten something else, but it happens. Star Wars and minifigures right now are just ridiculous with their prices. I was pricing an extra Imperial light cruiser. Slight spoiler alert, it's not going to happen anytime soon, because I've got to financially recover from this in time for Thanksgiving and Black Friday for the Avengers Tower, but I want to do a light cruiser, or maybe do the Republic Bricks version of the actual light cruiser from the Republic days. I know I can probably customize my Imperial one, or like I would do, buy another one. I just kind of want to do a Republic fleet. I don't know how much room I'm going to have for that, but we'll definitely see. Now, onto the actual bulk of the ship itself. Both sides are pretty much symmetrical, so I'm primarily going to be showing it from this side here. If you're interested in a lot of the building techniques or seeing anything, that is why I do the hyperlapse build. I also do short videos kind of detailing, I believe I did 3 for this specific build, where you can see my building process and how everything came together and how it looks, because I didn't even have an appreciation for the amount of just ridiculous detail and structural work that something of this size and weight have, and it's incredible. We, of course, have a large turret gun here, and then all across the side, we do have 4 on each side, 8 total, and then 2 of these, so for 10 guns overall. And then we also do have some smaller, I believe these are supposed to be turrets along the side here. One of the hardest, I think, pieces to build, besides pressing down on the tiles, which is just terrifying, is right in here, because this doesn't lock in very well. And, like, it's in there. It's not going to go anywhere unless you really want to jostle this around, but it's just a little loose for me. So I might do something, try and, like, connect some of these pieces a little bit better, because they do overhang just a bit. I know some people have been complaining that there is a gap right here. And, of course, this does come off if you want, and I'll take that off once I finish up detailing the side here. But right along here, like I said, a little loose, little flimsy, but all across the board, I mean, that brickwork just looks amazing. I love all the small and detailed print. If you don't like repeating processes, UCS sets are not for you. I originally said that during the Daily Bugle, which, if you don't like 400 individual windows all pretty much built the same, you're not going to like that set very much when you build it. Same thing with this. Like, you are building double of everything, if not triple or 4 times the exact same thing over and over again, but I have no problem with that. I think that's amazing. And again, it's a UCS set, so you get what you get. Right in here, we do have an open hangar door. You have some of these smaller yellow lights here. I would love an attachment feature where maybe you had like a little folding mechanism or just something to slide down where it was a blue door, so it looked like the shield bay was actually closed. But again, you get what you get sometimes. And in the middle, we do have a small 2-scale Republic gunship. Awesome. I love the little detail. I would like to add maybe like the polybag of the Republic frigate hanging off the side here. Get a couple of those some of those small pizza slices. One for Anakin Starfighter and one for Obi-Wan Starfighter from Revenge of the Sith. I think that's be a really cool detail, and I already see people doing that, of course. And also, again, sorry for the ADHD side notes, but sorry this review took a while. It's a very busy month. I just didn't have a ton of time to actually be able to sit down. And like I said at the start, this was delivered literally as I left for my brother's wedding. So obviously I was very busy with that for a couple days, and just work has been nonstop, let alone all the video games. As of recording this, it's a Spider-Man day, so oh, God help my schedule from here on out, because nobody's seeing me for a few days. For the actual bridge, again, I love the light blue for the actual windows and lighting from inside the ship. I think that looks absolutely incredible. A very, very different look compared to most ships you see with Star Wars, just because, obviously, everything's gray. Everything you build for Star Wars is almost always light gray and dark gray and black. This, at least, you do get some pops of red, which I definitely appreciate. I think that looks excellent. And like I said, you can remove this if you want to. Now, you don't really need to ever remove it, but it just unhooks for a little bit there. Nothing too difficult. Definitely be careful. And the stand isn't too bad. Like, it definitely holds its weight, which is obviously a little important. But it can be a little bit flimsy sometimes, so definitely just be careful if that's what you're moving. If you're going to slide it on anything, just be very careful that these little, like, pieces on the sides don't break off. In here, you can see the actual valley in which that would open up in the Clone Wars, and they would send ships, usually ARC-170s and gunships, and some AT-OTs and everything like that. They would be launching down. Or I should say drop ships holding AT-OTs, ATTEs, whatever. And then here, as I smack this off of my desk, you can see from the front the actual bridge itself. You have some more light blue pieces to represent the lights up here. And then, so I actually was missing a few pieces, which I normally don't have a problem with, but I didn't have some of the extras. So like this is just kind of lying in there for now because I didn't have that in my collection and it was missing. Same thing with one of the engine brackets. One of the actual larger cylindrical pieces, you'll see that I have a light gray piece. That is actually off of my Imperial Light Cruiser. So sorry, Moff Gideon, I needed it to complete this set. I actually reached out to Lego for that piece, and they are sold out currently, and I wasn't going to wait a week or more for Bricklink or eBay or anything like that. Plus, that color is very hard to find, so I'll just wait it out. I'm not in a big hurry to make every little color match, but yeah, just so many of these like tiled details. I think it looks incredible. And again, we have stickers here. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll do my very best to slide this around for the engine pieces while trying not to break this thing because it is a heavy one. All right, flip this around. There we go. All right. And then for the actual engines themselves, they do look incredible. I mean, that is just an awesome looking set of engines. This thing is just so cool. I can't help but like chuckle when I look at it because it's just ridiculous how awesome this thing looks. I mean, just look at that. This thing is wicked. I love it so much. But yeah, all right, everybody. That's probably going to be it for this review. Wish me luck, because now I'm about to climb a little sketchy ladder and put this on top of my shelving unit here that I made for this. I really hope it goes up there, because this is a little taller than I originally anticipated when I measured that shelf out. So hopefully it fits. But yeah, that's a wrap, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for just an amazing build. It's always fun to say, like, I've built my biggest Lego ever and that I have one of the biggest, baddest Legos ever made. So it is very, very exciting for me to be able to do that. Thank you again all for your support. This is pretty much the 1 year anniversary of this channel, and I'm very happy with the progress we've made. There's a ton of projects coming, both Lego, video game, and otherwise, so definitely stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you next time. Happy building, folks.